Where you are in your life is a result of your habits. Well, Durant, not Aristotle, said it best. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit. I think that's also true for the opposite of excellence. Mediocrity is a result of mediocre habits. That means we can go from mediocrity to excellence by changing our habits. But how do you do that? Before we get into that, I want to clarify my statement. Habits change your life, but they do not guarantee success. Because that's what the habits of millionaires type of articles and books tell us. We get it. Elon Musk sleeps 2 hours a day and eats Cheerios for dinner or something like that. But what the writers of those type of moronic articles hide from you or hide from the readers is that correlation doesn't mean causation. Waking up early, working hard, and taking cold showers do not cause success. Not one illustrates that point better than Nassim Taleb, who wrote this in Fooled by Randomness. Hard work, showing up on time, wearing a clean, preferably white shirt, using deodorant and some such conventional things contribute to success. They are certainly necessary but may be insufficient as they do not cause success. So when I talk about habits, I don't talk about outcomes. I talk about changing our actual behavior so that it improves the quality of our lives. Now that we've got that out of the way, here is my 4-step process for making life-changing habits stick. Step number 1. Decide what habits are worth it. I can talk to you about the habits that have changed my life, habits all day long, but that's not helpful. The reason is that you only can decide what a good habit is. Deciding if a habit is worth it to you is critical to forming new habits. Too often we hear about something and we think, I should do that. Really? Should I wake up an hour earlier? Should I take a cold shower? Should I eat like a cave person? Should I run every day? Maybe waking up early is actually helpful to you. I don't know. When I wake up early, I behave like a grumpy old man who hates people. That deteriorates the quality of my life. And step number 2, focus on one habit at a time. I wrote about how I successfully formed a daily exercise habit. It was something I tried to do for years. There were many reasons I failed. One of them is that I always tried to form a million habits at the same time. I don't know why, but sometimes I get on this whole self-improvement spree. I feel like reading more, writing more, working more, living better, eating healthier, you name it. It's best to hold back the enthusiasm if you are the same. In general, when you do too many things at the same time, you end up with chaos. And you always end up right back where you started. Sounds familiar? One of the reasons we try to do so many things at the same time is that we overestimate ourselves. We think we can achieve a lot in a short period. That's completely wrong. Step number 3, set the bar very low. We often want to do things without understanding it. Starting a business or building a career requires effort. In fact, everything in life that's remotely valuable requires a lot of work to achieve. So before we do something big, let's start small. Similarly, before you change the world, change yourself first. Leo Tolstoy, the author of War and Peace, put it best. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. Focus on small things, build a strong foundation. Step number 4, use checklists. I forget everything. A few years ago, I started a daily reading habit. I messed up every often in the beginning. I would read for 5 or 6 days straight, and then all of a sudden I would completely forget about it. It's like the desire for reading more just vanished from my head. You want to do something, you do it, and then you forget about it. This happens, right? No, that's weak. Don't let yourself off the hook like that. We must use checklists to remind ourselves of what we are trying to achieve. Remember, we form habits to transform our lives, to make things better. Check off your habits daily. One day you will be surprised how much your life changed by such seemingly small habits. At least that's what happened to me and thousands of other people who focus on their habits. And I'm sure it will happen to you.